I had subsidence in Jakarta. The main issue with Jakarta is the subsidence. So that is when the groundwater is being taken away quicker than it can be replenished. Northern Jakarta has sunk about 8 feet in 10 years, which is quite alarming, and has continued to sink at this rate of 10 inches per year. Jakarta is also being submerged because of the land around it is so much higher that the water has nowhere else to go. It's predicted that by 2050, 95% of northern Jakarta will be submerged. And so in these pictures, you can kind of just see the difference in the land, especially in the one to the right. That's just within 6 years that all that land has been submerged by the water. The causes of this is construction sites, shopping centers, apartments, and residents. They are taking huge amounts of water from the aquifers below, and that's done illegally. Each year, around 630 million cubic meters of water are being pumped out from the ground, which is quite a lot. And the reason people are doing this is because they're not able to, or they're not able to have access, or they can't afford to pipe in water. So people are trying to blame the fact of the subsidence on the rising sea levels, but that's just not the cause of the sinking and now submersion of the city. The impact this is having is quite a big deal. So Jakarta is actually the capital of Indonesia, and with that being said, since of the sinking, they're gonna have to find a new capital. So as you can see in the picture on the left, they're looking at moving it to Borneo. And so the picture to the right is just a funny little picture of them kind of moving the whole capital city over. But this is also a big issue, not only with that, but because the population of Jakarta is around 9.6 million people, and that means that all those people will end up being homeless. And so here are just some more pictures of what the housing looks like and kind of just what it looks like in general there in Jakarta. You can kind of see some of the water's up at the roof of some houses, and I was reading one article where this boy said that half his house was taken over by the water. So can there be a resolution? So supposedly they do have the ability to help by cutting back on the groundwater that's being pumped out, but that won't do much to help with the issue. The problem has been happening for so long that it's just become irreversible at this point. The layers of the earth will continue to form even if they do stop pumping the groundwater, which would just kind of help a little bit with the subsidence. Other cities have come back from this, like Tokyo back in the 20th century. They were sinking a little bit, but they turned it around. However, experts believe that not enough is going to be done or is being done to help stop the subsidence. The governors try to crack down on the legal use of groundwater, but not much is being done there. And they can also stop this rate of sinking by maybe building a seawall, which you can see in the picture more on the one on the left. It looks kind of like a bird, which is kind of ironic, like a seabird. However, they were not able to follow through with the structure because it would create a giant toxic bay filled by the polluted rivers, and there was also a huge scandal that happened with it. And then these are just my resources.